Welcome to a Land Rover guide to the Land Cruiser. I hope you've enjoyed this series of videos as much as I've enjoyed making them. Now, this is my first outing with a Land Cruiser, so I might not have got everything right, but if you know any better, then leave a comment on one of the videos. I've tried to find out how the two best off-road utility vehicles are designed and constructed, and to be honest, I'm actually quite surprised about how similar they are, which kind of exonerates the Defender a bit, because there's a lot of hatred from Land Cruiser owners towards Land Rovers. But I get the impression that Toyota is all about the detail. They've put a lot of effort and thought into lots of smaller areas within the vehicle. They've left nothing to chance. With the Defender and Land Rover, you get the impression that they just had something that was good enough and left it at that. It's probably a legacy of the British motor industry, particularly in the 70s, when they just churned out ridiculous vehicles with appalling quality. Why would you design a wiper stalk that had one mode down and two modes up? Why would you design a cooling system where the bit that vented the air is not the highest point in the system? These are Defender quirks, and it's only when you compare them against an alternative that they seem so ridiculous. It might not have been the engineer's fault, it might have been their bosses who didn't want to compromise on spending more money for something that wasn't a show-stopping new feature that they could sell to their customers. So Toyota won in the end. They made a vehicle that's reliable and easy to maintain, which in the end makes it more reliable as well. Fleet vehicles don't need to be the best off-road, they're just bought by managers who want a cheap and easy life, and that's where the biggest market is. Toyota won in the numbers game in the end, which could have ultimately led to the demise of the Defender as we know it. But Land Rover didn't compromise where it really mattered. They stayed true to their beliefs, which in this modern day is a rare thing, where everything is designed by compromise or by committee. Land Rover went for coil springs all round, disc brakes front and back, and permanent four-wheel drive, and that's something that makes it the best off-road vehicle out of the box. So in the end, what would I buy? As a fleet manager, I'd probably buy the Toyota. It's just easier. That was unless the vehicles needed to do serious off-roading on a regular basis. And I don't mean just driving on corrugated, dusty, gravelly tracks. I mean driving on seriously muddy, rutted, rocky mountain tracks, that kind of thing. On a personal level, yeah, I'd buy the Defender, because we don't buy what we need, we buy what we want. The Defender has problems, but sure, we know what those problems are, and that's half the battle won. They make it quirky, and quirkiness is character, it's cool. And in Britain, we love an underdog. Click here to go to the next video. Right here. That's where the button is, right there.